just using Blast Zone immediately to get rid of that. Because thankfully, that's a level 1. Or a 1-drop, should I say. What's going on, YouTube? Achilles here, and today we're going to be revisiting my mono red control deck once again. Everyone loves this deck, and I always try to update it from time to time with some new things to try to shake things up. So the card that I bring to the spotlight this time is Return the Favor, which is a very interesting card because in a nutshell, you could copy one of your instants or sorceries, and then you could, have new targets for the copy. But what's really interesting is the second ability, which is you could change the target of a target spell or ability with a single target. So what this means is, let's say our opponent uses something that would get rid of Urabrask Forge, or one of your planeswalkers. And if your opponent has something maybe more appropriate on their side of the field that we could change the target to, then we could hit their card. If not, maybe we could redirect the blast to one of our weaker cards. But this card is something that I don't think anyone's going to see coming. The rest of the deck is everything you know and love. Plenty of removal, a lot of draw power. We're trying out some Obliterating Bolts instead of maxing out on the Scorching Dragonfire, just so we could split up the damage upon different cards, such as maybe this hitting a Bloodline or Valklazaz instead of having to use 2 cards to get rid of something. The only problem is this is a sorcery compared to this being an instant, but that's why we're just doing 2 and 2, seeing which one we like better at the end of the day. Let's get right into this list. We got 4 Burst Lightning, 4 Torch the Tower, 1 Ghost Vacuum, 2 Obliterating Bolt, 2 Scorching Dragonfire, 1 Return the Favor, 4 Mazemind Tome, 4 Urabrask Forge, 4 Brotherhood Zens, 1 Realmbreaker the Invasion Tree, 1 Jaya Fiery Negotiator, 1 Koth Fire of Resistance, 1 Chandra Hope's Beacon, 1 Overlord the Boilerbilges, 1 Chandra Flameshaper. For the lands we got 16 Mountains, 2 Blast Zone, 4 Demolition Field, and 3 copies of Fountainport. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos as well as member shoutouts. Let's get right into these games. Okay, we go first. I'll keep this. Seems they're playing an aggro deck, so we might have a good matchup with the Brotherhood's End in our opening hand. Can't go wrong with the 1 card getting rid of 2 cards scenario for us, so that's what we're doing. I'm gonna Mazemind Tome, potentially looking for something else. You know what, might as well. Between the Urabrask Forge just winning on their own, we just remove everything that tries to hit us, and then we're golden. I'm actually going to resolve this now just to get it ticking. That's fine. Use a 5th land. The Guardian of New Benalia is going to be kind of annoying to deal with, but we can still hit everything else that comes on to the board. Eventually we're going to out-damage them with the Forges, because it's just 2 damage against progressively stronger, where are these things? Phyrexian Horrors every turn. All we gotta do is get rid of everything else. No, the invasion. You know what? I'm scrying. I didn't want to, but I think that's the move right now. Yeah, it's actually perfect. I'm curious, actually. How will they respond? I have to do it again, right? Okay. So they lose their whole hand. And it just chills on the field, but that's fine. I mean, I guess you could say their creature gets stronger now. But they're gonna have to trade with their forges. Because they have no cards in their hand now. So I could potentially just draw something to, and then they could sacrifice that. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things that could go down. But this could be over next turn if they don't do something. I'm going to keep the mountain in my hand as a bluff, by the way. It's just like my mystery card. What could it be? It's just a mountain. I'm surprised they're not keeping those cards in their hand to use as fodder for the Guardians. But, oh well. Okay, so we draw another great card, which is lands. And we just keep throwing these Phyrexian Horrors at him every turn. They're at 1. I'm gonna play Mountain just in case Koth is relevant at any point. It's just better to have it more mountains. Okay. If we could get one more land, this hand is really good. And with our opponent going first, we have a chance right off the, right as soon as they end to draw a card. So we could potentially curve out a Rest Forge. So let's see. Alright, no lands. Yeah, I'll keep it open just in case. Glad I did. exile that. Okay, we didn't draw a land, so this is where we start to panic. But at the same time, we have plenty of tools to just stop our opponent between Burst Lightning and Scorching Dragonfire. We're just hanging out. I mean, you can only do that so many times, right? Okay, we get our third land, and we throw out Urabrask Forge #1. And the only thing I could see this deck that we're against doing is Sheltered by ghosting the Urabrask Forge temporarily, but... Oh, thanks. Looking for cards, though, so... they had to do that. They're in a bad spot themselves, it looks like. But we have to double down on the pressure, so double Urabrask Forge, which is always a nightmare for everyone to deal with unless they have the right removal. Like a Brotherhood Zen right now would just get rid of both of them, but their deck doesn't play it. It would go quite against what the deck does on its own. So they're gonna get rid of an Urabrask Forge for now. I'm gonna get it back. But let's see. They could also have something to... Oh my goodness gracious, they're getting rid of both of them, guys. And I don't have enough mana to... Oh, well, never mind. I drew the one card that would totally help me right now. And look at that. Where were we? That would have been a bad position to be in, and we got out of it with the Brotherhood Zen. That's why we play 4 of it. Just gonna get rid of this right now. I'll keep the Torch the Tower for another Heartfire hero. I'd rather not take any damage. Who needs more than 3 mana, right? You know, as long as you have the Urabrask Forges, we're just chilling. We have plenty of removal. We have the Ghost Vacuum, which we haven't had any time to play yet. Alright. Opening up with turn 1 removal and Mazemind Tome. Definitely a great hand to keep. Even if it's only 1 mountain, it's still plenty for the early game. And Mazemind Tome just looks for everything else that we need. And scries to get those other mountains. So is it Simic Terror? It's either Simic Terror or... honestly, I have no idea. We'll see. Yes, we will keep that, actually. Ooh, very fancy. Alright, so I am... This is actually really... This is a rough card to play against. Okay, hear me out. Wow, they could phase it out though, right? This is rough. I'm gonna go for it this way. I was gonna go Brotherhood Zen so I could avoid all these poison counters, but they could just phase it out and then I'd just waste all 3 mana. So I might as well just make them waste that so I could do this. Didn't want to do it this way, but you kind of have to. It's a good card, but we can't use it for a while. I think we just need to find lands over removal right now. We have plenty of removal currently. Okay. Oh, well, that's a great card to actually draw. And now we're just gonna keep getting mountains, and if they can't answer Koth this turn coming up, then I'm gonna go for the -7, which will definitely be hard for them to deal with. Double Innkeeper's Talent. Alright, so now we go for the -7. We start doing damage. Okay, we have plenty of removal. The only problem with Brotherhood's End is that it hurts our planeswalkers as well if we choose to hit every creature on the field. So that could be troublesome for us. Okay, I didn't want to have to do it this way. I'm going to have to double Brotherhood's End right now. Just because that thing's just going to keep on getting so strong, I'm not going to be able to deal with it. See what I could draw with this real quick. Okay, I'll use this instead. Either way, it would have been safe. I don't feel bad anymore, though. Even if I went Brotherhood's End, they would have been able to keep it alive. So, oh well. I do have one last trick up my sleeve, though, which is going to be just using Blast Zone immediately to get rid of that. Because, thankfully, that's a level 1. Or a 1-drop, should I say. Now we continue our assault with our mountains doing damage, and now we have Urabrask Forge as well. Got a Brotherhood's on that immediately. No way. That's actually so funny. Our opponent's not going to like it, though. we gotta do now is play a mountain next turn, we win. And this guarantees us with the mountain for our opponent to see. I mean, we already have the mountains, but now they know we got a mountain. I should have used the Fountainport right there, but it's okay. I could still use it for a treasure if I really need to. And we get it. Okay, we get to go first. We got Burst Lightning and we could curve into Forge. Good enough for me. Oh yeah, some reanimator.com. Now we gotta really draw that one copy of the Ghost Vacuum. They won't like that, but don't have that. But it's alright, we're just gonna go right into the Forge and just start throwing the tokens at him. And then I'm probably going to go Koth instead of turn 4 Impending Overlord, because I could just get more mountains and then play this for 6, because this will keep getting me mountains and going towards its own ultimate. I changed my mind. I drew another Forge, and honestly, this early in the game, I prioritize Urabrask Forge over anything. Because if your deck's not running anything that could get rid of artifacts or non-land permanents, then you're in trouble. And I'll tell you one thing. If this guy's playing mono black, then I don't think they're going to be able to get rid of this. So as long as they don't go for some over-the-top card or play, then we're good. They're at 10. They don't have anything good in graveyard. They need to commit 4 mana for this. So conveniently we have 6 lands that are mountains. Get rid of that. This is for the fallen. And now, let's see, that'd be 4, 7. We'll be at 1, I believe. But just playing this for 6 is just insane right now. Because they just got it, like, this alone is enough pressure on them. And now you got Forged, which has already been going off, so this is a lot of pressure on our opponent right now. Alright, they got 4 mana left to play with. Okay. That's fair. And we don't even have to kill them. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comment section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. Also, if you want me to try out any deck in particular, let me know also in the comments section down below. Hope everyone has a nice day. Take care.